Welcome back to the Outlaw Ranch. Today, I thought I would try and get the lower shock mounts that would go right there on the axle kind of situated a little bit here. I kind of got started on one. I'm still working out the settings on the welder, but here it is. What I did was I put these magnets here on the tabletop and made sure that these uprights were at exactly 90 degrees. Then I took a piece of 2-inch square tubing there, kind of bolted it together, so that should keep these uprights here also at 90 degrees. Then I centered it on the base here, I guess, I don't know what to call it, and tacked it into place. Once I had everything tacked, then I kind of readjusted the ground clamp and everything so that I could burn them all in. This one I've already clearanced a little bit. You can kind of see there, I've had to open this distance here up just a little bit so that it would fit around that axle tube a little bit better. This one should be ready to go. There's one thing I'm kind of learning, and that is the steel prep here. You almost can't do enough of it. So before I get to putting it on this axle here, you can see I'm gonna have to get a little better with cleaning up that axle tube so that I have good welds. Same thing with that shock bracket there. I'm gonna have to clean that up. That side's barely even done. And get it so that it's just bare steel. Hopefully that will help put these, get good welds and stuff like that. The other issue I'm kind of having is, so this axle needs to be moved forward, looks like another inch or so. That plumb bob needs to be on that side of the axle tube. So what that's going to do is it moves this front axle forward in the wheel well. The idea is that when this suspension cycles, it's actually going to come down and back. Remember, this is full compression bump. So as that axle comes down, it also swings on an arc and it comes back just a little bit. The lengths are going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 foot long, I'm guessing. That will help with the, minimizing that axle coming, back towards the center of the truck a little bit. The other problem is these upper shock mounts. If you'll remember, this frame here has a bulge right there. And that is preventing the upper shock mount here, it's out there on the floor, from fitting nice and flush. So I think what's going to happen is that shock mount is probably actually going to move in this area instead of in this area. When I do that, you can still see that axle, because this string line represents the back of the axle tube, not the center, you can see that it is still going to be canted forward a few degrees. I don't know how many yet. What I'll have to do is clean up the frame, tack it, and then I can measure it and see exactly how much that shock is going to be, laid this way towards the firewall a little bit. That's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to get these lower shock mounts here kind of all tacked together. This is probably the only one I'm going to be able to do, because all of these other shock mounts that I have over here on the table here, all of these are too narrow to fit on the axle tube. So every one of those has to be, opened up, on this side, and the same thing on the right side there. So We'll see how far I get with this. It's really tedious. They're small pieces. It's kind of hard to, put them up in this saw and hold them square, but we're going to give it a shot, folks. So stand by. We got some more work to do. All right. It's been another day. The shock mount is welded, and it is perfect as far as it fitting on that axle. The issue that I'm having now is kind of twofold. One, I need to go ahead and turn this axle, turn the steering, to make sure that that dust shield and everything will clear, or the knuckle and everything will clear that shock mount. That's issue number one. Issue number two, and I don't know how to figure this out. I have this setting at full bump, full suspension compression. So this is as low as a truck will ride on this tire. And this axle will swing on an arc like this, okay? Because the links will attach here to the cradle. And I want that axle to be, say an inch or so forward maybe in that wheel well when at ride height. The truck is already kind of precarious here. It sits on my large jack stands here, and then I have a couple of wooden blocks up underneath the frame here to hold the truck up. Nothing else is holding this truck. So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I need to figure out where these links and everything are going to mount, not just to the cradle here, but also to the front and the rear axle. Then I also need to figure out where these tires are going to line up in the wheel wells at ride height. And I don't know how to do that. I may, because I don't know how else to do it, is to remove the wheels and tires, leave the truck at its current height. It is so sketchy back here as I have 3 blocks holding it up, and then lower the axles, say 16 inches or 8 inches. 8 inches would put it at ride height. 16 inches would be at full droop. And just use the axle center line instead of actually using the tires to mock it up. I'm not sure how else to do it. If you all have any ideas, please drop them to me. I think I just kind of have too many problems right now, and if I had maybe an answer to 1 or 2 of those issues, then maybe I could figure out the rest. But as of right now, I'm kind of stuck. And I don't know if I'm just having a brain fart or what, but for whatever reason, I can't seem to work my way through this. So please, I know this is a very short video. I need some questions answered, and I'm not even sure where to begin. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. The comments, really, guys, if you have solutions to this, if you have answers, let me know. Because right now, the only answers I can think of is to remove the wheels and tires and actually lower the axles. And I don't know how bright that is, because I use the tires as kind of a visual. But I'll do what I have to. Please let me know. I appreciate everything y'all have done for me. I appreciate you guys watching. And y'all take care, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.